Okay, welcome back. And remember, hope you've got your pencil and paper ready. And we're going to answer these questions based on the worst day of your life. Think back on that, and I want you to try to answer these based on that. And I gave you the first question, but let me give it to you again. When I think of God, I feel. And we talked about we may have felt totally abandoned by God on one end and totally loved on the other, or somewhere in between. So I want you for now, I just want you to write these questions down. I don't want you to try to answer them right now. I'm going to try to give you enough time to do that. So leave you some space in between these. So the first one, when I think of God, I feel. The second question is, when I have to trust God, I feel. When I have to trust God, I feel. And again, I'm not going to do this on all of them, but you may have felt scared, afraid, you may have felt loved, or somewhere in between. When I have to trust God, I feel. Number 3, when I think of God, I wish. When I think of God, I wish. Number 4, sometimes I get angry with God when. Sometimes I get angry with God when. Number 5, it frustrates me when God wants me to. It frustrates me when I want God to, or when God wants me to, excuse me. It frustrates me when God wants me to. Okay? Number 6, I really enjoy God when. I really enjoy God when. Number 7, the one thing I would change about myself to please God is. The one thing I would change about myself to please God is. Number 8, when I think about God's commands, I feel. When I think about God's commands, I feel. Number 9, sometimes I wish God would. Sometimes I wish God would. Right? Number 10, I can really depend on God when. I can really depend on God when. Number 11, in my relationship with God, I am always sure He will. In my relationship with God, I am always sure that He will. Number 12, one thing that frightens me about God is. One thing that frightens me about God is. Number 13, God surprises me when. God surprises me when. And the last one, the one thing I'm afraid God will do is. The one thing I'm afraid God will do is. Now, in answering these questions, this is going to begin to help you see what your concept of God is. And remember, you're answering these questions based on how you felt the worst day of your life. And then I want you to see that our concept of God impacts us psychologically, it emotionally, behaviorally. Our concept of God affects all these. In other words, if I felt in that first question, if I felt totally abandoned or disconnected by God, then you're going to feel all alone psychologically and emotionally, and that there's no help from God. You're going to feel fear and live in fear. Behaviorally, you're going to be anxious. There's not going to be any peace. And so until we can get our concept of God correct, and that's the process that we're going through to help you do that, but you first must see what your concept of God is. And so answer those questions, and be ready here to go again on the next session, and we're going to get work through this, and we're going to teach you how to change your concept if it's not what it should be, and we're going to look at some biblical stories on that. So next time, God bless.